Welcome to our Bleak Falls Boaarow run-through. For those that are here for the puzzle door, let's go ahead and knock that out first, and then for everybody else, we'll do the background and full run-through. Now, this type of door, you'll see this common in Skyrim, and it always comes down to an associated dragon claw. Earlier in the game, you should have looted this dragon claw from Avril. At the bottom of the claw, you can see what looks like a bear, a bat, or a moth, or something in a cocoon. So what you have to do is change these symbols on the door to the bear, the bat, moth, and the cocoon. Now, even if you do know the code, if you do not have the claw, you cannot open the door. So, word to the wise. And there we go. Insert claw. And that is the infamous secret puzzle door of Bleak Falls Boaarow. Now, let's go ahead and do a full background on Bleak Falls Boaarow and a run-through. Welcome to the second and final puzzle door in Bleak Falls Boaarow. We are going to now watch our ill-fated friend trigger the trap because he doesn't know the code. And that's what you get when you run a dungeon and you start pulling levers. Anytime you see these form of obelisks that are manipulatable, you're going to want to look in the walls and ceiling for inscriptions, reliefs, murals, whatever you want to call them. As we can see up top there, that is a snake on the far left. The middle one has fallen to the ground here, which again is a snake. And on the far right, we see a whale. You simply go over to the obelisks to match the code. Snake. Snake. And whale. And that should allow us to open the door without triggering the trap. Okay, now that we've got the puzzle doors done, let's go ahead and get started with our Bleak Falls run-through. The first thing you need to know is there are two associated quests with Bleak Falls Boaarow. The first quest is in Riverwood, which, as you can see by the map, is directly south of Whiterun. Upon entering the Riverwood Trader, you will discover that there's been a break-in and some bandits have stolen a golden claw. You need to retrieve that golden claw. The second quest is in Whiterun, more specifically in Dragon's Reach, which is the Jarl's Longhouse, the Jarl's Keep in Whiterun. Although the map shows them as different locations, you must enter the city of Whiterun to get to Dragon's Reach. You will be directed to speak to Farengar, the court wizard, who will ask you to retrieve the Dragon Stone. This is part of the main quest and needs to be done to push the main quest line. If you've already arrived at Bleak Falls Boaarow without initiating these quests, it's not a big deal. Don't turn around. Both of these quests can be started and completed on the spot once you have acquired the necessary item. The great thing about quest items in Skyrim is they cannot be dropped, traded, or sold accidentally, and they do not count against your carry weight, regardless of whether or not they have a weight attribute in the inventory screen. Let's go ahead and speed this up until we get to our next surprise. Okay, spoiler alert. We are about to do what for many new players is going to be one of the more memorable encounters in their playthrough. If you do not wish to see the tips and tricks on this encounter, go ahead and either skip ahead or close out the video in 3, 2, 1. Okay, as you can tell by the spider webs, we are about to fight a giant spider. Giant spiders are not particularly rare in Skyrim. However, because of our low level and poor gear, this one is somewhat deadly. The trick here is simple. The spider cannot fit through this doorway which I'm standing in right now. So if you are a ranged class, a spellcaster, or a bowmaster, you want to lure him to this door area and back up over here and pick him off. The AI on this counter actually is pretty good, and the spider will eventually learn he can't get you and he will run away and you'll have to rinse and repeat. For melee characters, you want to fight him somewhere near this doorway. That way you can escape through and heal. And don't forget to turn a corner to line of sight the monster, because he does have a ranged poison attack on higher levels, can be particularly deadly. So, there we can see the spider coming down. There goes his poison attack, which I dodged. Now I'm going to fight him right here so I can escape easily. Now, because I'm playing on a lower level playthrough, you can see I've been able to take a few of his hits, but he still has done a massive amount of damage. So now I've rounded the corner. I'm going to heal up, and we will rinse and repeat. Okay, full health. Now, as you know, as you can tell, I don't have hot buttons set up for this particular character yet. Let's go ahead and fight Mr. Spider. See, he is backing up to get me away from that door, but it's not going to do him any good. And there we go, he is dead. Like I said, I am playing this on a lower skill level, so that was a little easier than what your experience probably will be. Now, that is not the end of the encounter, however. The second portion of this here is Arvel. Arvel has two items on him that are very interesting. First is Arvel's journal, which tells a nice little story. And secondly, he has the golden dragon claw, which is used to open the secret door, or get the code for the door, and is part of the quest for the traitor. Now he's going to try and run. I'm just going to burn him. We're just going to kill him here. However, if you don't kill him, he will run away and meet his end somewhere else, and then you'll have to find his corpse. Here we can see the journal I spoke about and the dragon claw, the golden dragon claw. Okay, and here we are at the final encounter for Bleak Falls Boaarow. Depending on your difficulty level setting, this may be a very difficult fight. You may want to save a few times. The first thing you are going to do is if when you go into the black wall, your screen will turn black and you'll get a word of power. That is your shout. You will learn how to use them later. Now here is the gentleman that we have to defeat to get our Dragonstone. Nothing wrong with getting in a few cheap shots before he's ready. And due to the low difficulty level at which I am playing, that guy was relatively easy to defeat. And there we have the Dragonstone that we are looking for. This completes the quest in Whiterun. You simply return that Dragonstone and the Golden Claw. I usually stop by Riverwood on the way back to Whiterun, and you are good to go, completing both quests and finishing Bleak Falls Boaarow.